My name is Michael Ziel. I'm an architect and urban planner, and where we are right now here in the Gängeviertel, there are two organizations in charge. It's first the association, the Gängeviertel Association, a cultural association that is organizing a lot of socio-cultural usages here in this part of the city. And there's the Gängeviertel cooperative that is aiming and organizing the self-organization of this place in running the buildings and being in charge to organize and manage the living here in this part of the city. The Gängeviertel are 13 historic buildings in the city center of Hamburg that were occupied in 2009 by 200 artists, by an artists collective, an activists collective, because the municipality, who is the owner of this place, planned to demolish them for building high pricing houses, new office spaces and stuff like that. So an initiative was founded to keep this place and to keep the historic buildings and prevail them from demolition. There are a lot of studios, there are a lot of working places, there are several galleries, there's a socio-cultural center with different workshops for performance, for performative arts, for printing technology, for conferences, there's another gallery, there's a small club in the basement, things like that. So it's used in a very diverse way, and it is, to large parts, it's open to the public. Not only the public can visit, or people from the public can visit this place, they can also use spaces for their own activities, rent them, give courses, give education courses, things like that.
Is Gängeviertel specific? Is it special in some way, and why?
It is, of course, not the only occupied place, and it's not the only place with a socio-cultural center, but it is very specific because of its unique history, as it is the last remaining ensemble of the historic Gängeviertel that were the predominant kind of city structure in Hamburg in the 17th century, but nearly all of this building stock has been demolished over the time. This is very special, and it is very special because it is located in the city center. All around us you have very high pricing, expensive office places and stuff like that. So we are in a very high priced area, and this is very special that we have a more socio-cultural alternative center here. And it is in so far special that it has been the last successful occupation in Hamburg. It's now 10 years ago, but it was the first one since 20 years when it got occupied, because all the other occupations were ended abruptly by the police.
How these initiatives relate to this very famous squatting movement from Germany, from Berlin, and I guess Hamburg as well, from the 70s and 80s?
Well, it is connected. For example, in Hamburg we have the Right to the City network, where we are working together also in our in setting city government under pressure for more social, more inclusive urban development, where we share knowledge and stuff like that. So there are a lot of connections, and there's a very solidarity relationship. But every project is unique somehow, and also the Gängeviertel is unique, especially that it is first of all a cultural project, and it was occupied by cultural artists mainly, and that from the very beginning on the initiative tried to work together with the municipality in developing this place. So there's this strong emphasis on a cooperative way of urban development, and not first of all resistance against urban development. And I think this is also very special compared with other squatted places and the squatting movement in general.
How do you make decisions both in association and cooperative?
These formal organizations are organized in a basic democratic but also hierarchical way. So we have our supervisory board, we have the people in charge, they got elected by the General Assembly of these organizations. And what is also special about the Gängeviertel, that we also have an informal General Assembly that is meanwhile taking part every second week. This is open to everybody. It's always Wednesdays at 8 o'clock in the evening. So if you're in Hamburg, if you're interested, if you want to discuss, come around, join us. And I think this combination between informal structures and formal structures is also very unique and special for this place.
And what is the current arrangement between Gängeviertel and municipality? What can you expect in the next and also later future?
So we agreed on a common development concept for the Gängeviertel, and we have also a contract, a cooperation contract. And on this base, meanwhile, 3 buildings are renovated. But since 2005, all planning and all reconstruction is stopped because we are negotiating with the municipality about a leasehold contract. We want to get ownership rights of this place so that we can take part in the decision making about how reconstruction is done. And most important, that we have a long time perspective in managing this place. Because this is very important for us, because the initiative, they feared that they maybe could get forced out after the renovation is finished. So to avoid that, we are trying to get a leasehold contract with the municipality already before renovation is finished. And this is what we are working on. And after we agreed what maybe could happen this year, hopefully is going to happen this year, then also renovation will start again. And so maybe another 10 years, and then Gängeviertel is renovated and self-managed, and even a more special place than it is today already.
Okay, you have spaces for studios and spaces for little small businesses, but there are also flats within this complex. What will happen with those flats?
All the flats will also get renovated, and they will, as the others that already are finished now, are going to be used as social housing. So you have to get permission to rent them for cheap price. But then we are also going to build more studios for artists, because for us it is very important that the Gängeviertel is not just a place for living, for housing, also that is also a productive place. We try to bring working and living together in this place.